Hello there, my internet fellows and fellowesses, and welcome to a brand new show on the channel called The Newsreel, I think is the current title, where essentially I, or a member of our wonderful team, will talk to you about gaming news. It's fairly self-explanatory like that, really. So without any further ado, let's leap right in. The first and obviously biggest news story at the minute has to be World of Warcraft. The press tour details came out recently on the new expansion, Mr. Pandaria, and yeah, it's pretty big. Do still have to laugh that it was prefaced with, "This is not a joke," which is always a great way to start any press release. The thing features a whole new class, the Monk, which is the first new class to add to the game since 2004, apparently. Also, there's things like well, they released the pictures for the female Pandaren. Don't really look like pandas. You seem to be fighting a lot of monkeys, and the final event of the expansion isn't happening on the island that is added in the expansion, which is a bit weird. Below in the description I'll put a link to an article that has the full info. If you're a big World of Warcraft fan, check it out. I honestly don't know an awful lot about it, so I can't tell you how it will dramatically change the game. But I do know they stole area loot. Area loot is now in the game, so it does feel a bit like, they put area loot on Tor. I like it. Good job, Blizzard. Good job. In more Blizzard news, Diablo 3 was announced. Yes, its release date, sorry, it was announced for the 15th of May. I personally never played Diablo 2. I played it with at a friend's house once, but it was like 10 minutes, and I died a lot. Yeah. But Diablo 3 looks set to be quite cool. The one thing is, though, is that they seem to have, from what I've heard about the beta, they've sort of changed the UI quite a lot. And instead of now having like the hotkeys from 1 to 9, they're from 1 to 4, which that's console, really. And there's quite a few things that's all been streamlined, made easier, and a lot of loot has been devalued, which is sort of like, why? I want to pick up all the loot. So yeah, I don't know, there's changes that, to be fair, I want a dungeon crawler, and I do love dungeon crawlers, and Diablo 3 looks set to be pretty cool, so I don't know. Might be a big issue for you. And also it is launching without its arena PvP, which sort of defies the whole Blizzard it's done when it's done type thing. Next story is the BAFTAs, the British something awards. They did the gaming ones. A few highlights from my year that showed up in there was Arkham City and Portal 2. Won quite a few awards. Portal 2 actually came away with Best Game, which is pretty awesome. Well, you can't really trust award ceremonies, especially for games, because it just sort of is like what sold the best, and stores and on Steam. So yeah, I don't know. And PC never does very well on them either, because people hate PC. Who sent a love letter to their PC players, telling them all about the new things they're going to make sure in the Borderlands 2 PC version to make it a proper port rather than just a console game that you're playing on the PC, including FOV sliders and there's better matchmaking for playing co-op and all this sort of stuff. The love letter itself is hilarious because it's written as if by Claptrap, and Claptrap is very funny. My favourite line has to be something along the lines of, "You've got a desire to shoot midgets in the face with electric-imbued shotgun shells, and I've got mouse smoothing options. Let's make this work." Just awesome. Generally awesome. And the final story of the week is that the Witcher 2 Enhanced Edition is nearly upon us, which basically, CD Projekt, the guys who make Witcher 2, and the other Witcher game in fact, are just amazing people. They recently announced they weren't going to put any DRM on their future games. If you don't know what DRM is, it's essentially a really annoying anti-piracy tool. I won't talk about it here. And they also said that they aren't going to do, that they just sort of made several hours new content, updated all the visuals, added in some new cinematics, including the epic trailer that was there was for the Xbox 360 version that they released, and they're giving it to anyone who owns The Witcher 2 for free, which is just awesome. So if you've bought the game once, they're just giving you more game for free. Other companies could learn from CD Projekt. Anyway, that's all I have time for. If you'd like to leave a comment, or you enjoyed this, or you want more, or you want to yell hate at me, or you have something you're just dying to say, there's a comment section below. I'll try to do this once or twice a week. Hopefully you'll be interested. If not, it's a pleasure seeing you as always, my fellows and fellowesses, and I will catch you next time.